Stampers, it's Gigi with StampFUNatics, and today I have another sketch for you. We're on sketch 4 of our challenge, and this is the card we're going to be making today, and this is the layout, and it has the measurements and everything with it that I'll have in a PDF for you to see. And here's the card that I decided to make that goes along with that. So here's what you're going to need. You're going to need a piece of vanilla cardstock that measures, very vanilla, that measures a 5.5 by 8.5, and we're going to score it at 4 1/4. You're going to need a piece of garden green cardstock, and this measures 4 by 5 1/4. Then we have a piece of designer series paper called This Christmas, and this is only cut 4 by 2. I have a piece then of cherry cobbler cardstock that's 1 by 4. So I've changed my measurements up a little bit, but that's okay. It's just a layout idea. And then you're going to also need some of our silver foil that we're going to be cutting out the circle. That's the one that's in the middle there. I actually added even another layer, another circle on the end. And we're going to be using, to cut those out, we're going to be using our circle framelits. And so the easiest way I can tell you is, this is the second one from the largest on here that I used for the cherry cobbler circle. And then the scalloped one that I used for the foil is coming out of the second one of that series. And then I just used my 2-inch punch for the one that I put the Merry and the Christmas sign on. So this way it's just faster and easier for me when I can use a punch. We're also going to be using the cherry cobbler stamp set, and for our stamps today we're going to be using the My Hero. Now this is a hostess stamp set that you can earn by having a party and earning at least $150 that you can earn hostess credits. And we're going to be using this sentiment. This one is, you put the Merry in my Christmas, but look at all the other great ones they have. They have the Halloween, they had I Heard You've Been Under the Weather, which I did a card already on my blog, you can go see, using that and the cute little Bella stamp set. Celebrate, there's something for Easter. This is a great set to have. It's one of those sets that you can use for so many different holidays. So let's get started. So like I said, I'm just taking my cardstock and giving it a good crease with my bone folder. I'm going to put that aside. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my green cardstock, my garden green, and take some of my snail. I'm using this little silicone mat so I don't make my surface all sticky with any type of glue. And I even put it on top there. And I'm just going to put it right at the edge. So we're going to try to line that up pretty straight. Get that over there and get it right on the edge. And the same thing with the cherry cobbler strip. I'm just putting it right above that. So we've got it on like that. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to put some silver ribbon on there. So I think I forgot to talk about this, but we're going to be adding some of this little silver ribbon. And we're going to make our bow out of that you can see on the card. And the other thing we're going to be using that I didn't mention is the metallic enamel shapes. These are great. These are actually not rhinestones. They're actually the metallic shapes. They come in silver and gold, and I just loved them with all the silver accents. So that's what we're going to be using. So to kind of fake my bow and tie and everything, I don't wrap it around the whole card because that's a waste of ribbon in the back. So I just clip it a little beyond what my card length is. I turn it over and kind of just put a little bit of snail. Then I just put it in the center there and stick it in that little bit of snail to hold it. Okay, let's see if I have it in the snail on the back. Nope, I missed that area, so let's just do it again. Get it in there. And then I kind of run it right over it again just to really hold it. And so I'm ready to attach this to my card. So let's get that in there. Just kind of line it up. There we go. And now we're ready to do some stamping. And we'll come back to the bow in a minute. So I'm just taking a piece of very vanilla cardstock. And I just got a scrap piece, and I'm going to take my cherry cobbler ink and my sediment, just kind of put it on there. And then take my 2-inch punch, just kind of center it. And again, you can use your circle dies for this part too if you don't have the 2-inch punch. I just find it a little faster when I do have it. And then I've already kind of gone ahead and pre-cut on my Big Shot, the silver foil piece, and then the cherry cobbler piece that goes underneath that I showed you the dies already. So we're just going to attach all this with snail now. And I just left everything flat and attached it with snail. And then I came in at the end with some dimensionals, and I put about 3 on the back. You can use 1 if you want. When I have a circle, I like to go in 3 directions, and this way it just doesn't let it wobble, and it seems to work and stick pretty good. So this is what I do. Okay, and so we're going to bring it over here, and we're going to add it, I'd say just about, you know, 1/8 of an inch in or so from the card, and put it kind of in the middle. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add some of my silver enamel pieces. And here's the gold, just so you can see. Let's see. Let me put it on a piece of something so maybe it'll show up a little better. You can see the gold, and then there's the silver. And they come in hearts and stars, and they come in 2 different sizes, or maybe it's 3 of the little dots. So that's what I'm going to be using. I'm going to start with a bigger dot at the top. And then I'm going to add some of the smaller ones and kind of space them about the same underneath. And that follows our pattern. Let's see if I can get that over just a smidge more. There. Oh, no. Let me get that off of there then. Pull it over. There we go. That's a little better. And so that's that. And the next thing we're going to do, the last part of it, is just tie our little bow. And I just kind of do it like this so I could show you. Just make a loop. Let's get a little more tail there. And bring it around and tie it off. And I hope you guys are trying out some of these sketches. I'm trying to give you ideas of what you can do with your paper and your stamps. It doesn't have to be exactly like mine. We're all doing different types. And if you will, go over to my blog and just leave a comment of what you think, and if you find these useful, and if you'd like me to continue them. And the only other thing I added was a little glue dot, just to push it on there and pull it off, and I added it to the card with a glue dot right onto the ribbon. That kind of holds everything in place. So those are my cards for today and for our sketch, and I hope you'll join us next, well, 2 weeks from now for another sketch. This will be sketch number 5 we'll be going into, and I hope you'll share some of yours too. Thank you, and have a great day.
Ooh.